If you're a person living with hypertension, does this ever happen to you? Where when you're checking your BPs from home or maybe your local clinic where you're very much comfortable, the BP is usually very much normal. But the moment that you go back to the hospital for a review, the doctor checks, BP is up, very high. This is very much explainable in medical terms. Certain people actually experience the complete opposite, such that when they're in the hospital, their BPs are very normal. But when they go back home, the BPs are very high. So today we're going to explain these two things. The first being white coat hypertension. Now, white coat hypertension simply just means you see the white coat, you develop high BPs. Now, you should know that BP raises because of different things. Here we've talked about the salt that you take and different other things, but emotions themselves raise your BP. And this comes down to your nervous system. There's a part of your nervous system which we call the autonomic nervous system. So auto meaning automatic. So it works on its own, functions on its own. And it's got two parts. It's got one, the sympathetic, which is the fight or flight, which makes you very active when activated. And then it's got the parasympathetic, which is your rest and digest. A simple way to explain this is if you saw something really scary like a snake from nowhere, your sympathetic is going to be activated because you either need to fight or you need to run away, which is your flight. Now, when it comes to sleeping, you need to be at rest. It's time to rest and digest. You get my point? So your parasympathetic is going to be working. When you come to the hospital, the moment that you just reach, you start thinking, are they going to admit me? Is maybe my BP too high that they'll start adding drugs? Because we all know that taking a lot of drugs is a problem. You start thinking of all these things in your head, and just this alone stimulates your brain to stimulate the sympathetic system, which then activates your fight or flight mode. A key hormone that's going to be produced in this is adrenaline. So adrenaline, you all know that, you even know what people say, adrenaline rush and whatnot. So it increases your heart rate, your cardiac output increases, and this just raises the BP entirely. And that's the main reason why you have high BPs when you come in the hospital. This one though is very transient. It happens for a short time. You go back home, the BPs will be normal. Now, the complete opposite is dangerous because this one we do not know, especially when you don't check your BPs at home. When your BPs are very high at home, when you come to the hospital, it's called masked hypertension. So the hypertension is masking itself from us, the clinician, so that we do not see it. And this is why it's low in the hospital setting, but very high at home. The main reason here is like due to different factors. But one of the most significant ones is that you have a stressor at home which raises your BP. It can be a lot of things. It can be alcohol, it can be exercise, it can be smoking, and different things. So these things, when you go home, you do them, you raise your BP even when you check. But when you come to the hospital, these stressors are not there, and then your BP becomes very much normal. Now, this is the key point where I'm going to tell you that this is the importance of you moving with a BP profile when you're going to the hospital. We want to know how the BPs were at home and how they are within the hospital. It will so happen that when your BPs are high in the hospital, but they are normal at home, we can actually be like, okay, good. It's probably this transient thing. This patient is obviously feeling some sort of way, they're anxious or something like that, and we won't even change any medication. But when you don't have a BP profile, this is when now wrangles will start, because I don't believe you. Your BP is high here. You haven't shown me anything that's coming from home. You get my point. The same thing with the masked hypertension. So I just chose to talk about this because I had a patient who I was arguing with today because the patient just didn't have a BP profile. So remember, if you're hypertensive and also if you're diabetic, carry a profile which you'll be checking. If you manage every day, maybe after 2 days and stuff like that, this is very, very helpful for your clinician when they are reviewing you. Cheers.